English test, right? Guys, somebody raised their hand. No. Okay. So first we should know what is Duolingo English test. Okay, Duolingo is an English language proficiency test where how good you are at English is evaluated by this examination. Okay, this test is brought to you by Duolingo, the most popular way to learn a language online. So what does this mean? See, Duolingo is a platform which is usually used to learn any language. Okay, this particular Duolingo platform has brought Duolingo English test, which gives you proficiency on English. Okay, now the mission of Duolingo is to give the best education in the world and make it universally available through languages. Okay, now this Duolingo English test examination score is accepted by a lot of institutions, educational institutions, employers around the world. Okay, thousands of universities over 500 or over 50 countries accept this examination scores. It is for admissions, placements, okay, exit requirements, everything. Cool. Now, to know where else the university, the Duolingo examination scorecard is valid, you can reach out to this link. This is also available in your handouts. Okay, cool. Now let's go forward. Now let's understand why Duolingo is called convenient, fast, affordable, trusted. Okay, so it is called convenient because you can take this test from anywhere across the world because this is a completely online based test. Okay, first thing, this makes it completely convenient no matter where you are across the globe, you're home, you're in some village. As long as internet is available there, you will be able to take the test. Okay, now next, the test is under 1 hour. You only need 1 hour to write the test and you will receive the results in 2 days. Okay, so if you see IELTS and TOEFL, the examinations vary from 2 to 3 hours. Okay, and then there's a speaking session conducted separately for IELTS especially. Okay, so whereas this particular Duolingo examination, it is going to evaluate everything under 1 hour and the results come out in less than 2 days. Okay, and it is also affordable. So the examination is called affordable because the price of this examination is just 45 plus dollars. Okay, and when compared to other examinations, it's just very minimal. Okay, at a fraction of price of other test. You can share, and also there is some limited number of times that you can share an IELTS scorecard or a TOEFL scorecard, whereas Duolingo scorecard can be shared to unlimited number of institutions for no additional cost. And it is also accepted by a lot of top institutions across the world. Cool. Now let's go forward. These are some very important points that you should know about Duolingo before actually preparing for Duolingo. Why you will be writing Duolingo. Okay. The examination test length is just 1 hour. Okay, but you have to sit in an uninterrupted free space to take this examination. And Duolingo is a computer adaptive test. What does this mean? Suppose there are 3 to 4 levels of question types, whereas first one is easy, second one is medium difficulty, third one is highest difficulty, right? So whereas what happens is, as you are writing your examination, you've written your first answer, you've answered well. So the computer thinks, okay, this answer is very easy for the student. Let me challenge the student a little. Okay. So then what happens? You'll be getting a mediocre question, and probably you couldn't answer that. You have answered it wrong. The system is continuously evaluating your answers in the background. Okay. So because you answered it wrong, the examination, the system in the background thinks that the adaptive, the questions of the examination are becoming adaptive to you. The difficulty of the examination is adapting. Okay. Now, and it also has only one section. What does this mean? If you see in IELTS, you have listening, writing, reading, speaking, right? And in TOEFL the same, in the same. So here what happens in Duolingo, you will have all together. So no particular question type is only gonna deal with one particular thing. Okay. Here what happens here, you will be dealing, every question type is dealing with two aspects of a language. Here you should understand what are the main aspects of language. There are four main aspects of language. To so if you want to go and survive somewhere, you should be able to read what is written. Okay, so reading, and to you should be able to listen if somebody is talking, and you should be able to understand. So listening is important, and only listening is not enough. You have to be able to talk about it. So you should be able to speak, right? Should be able to speak. Okay. And if you know how to read, you should also be able to write, right? These are the four aspects of language. A language needs for all these four aspects for you to have command over it. So each question of Duolingo will either involve reading plus writing or reading plus speaking. So two kinds of aspects are evaluated on each question, and we will discuss them in detail. Okay. Now, adaptive length. So yeah, so what does this adaptive length mean? The question is not timed to just complete, complete, like, there are only 20 questions. If you complete those 20 questions, the exam will get over. There's nothing like that. The exam is for 1 hour. Okay. In this 1 hour, if you are super fast, if you're answering everything very fast, you will still continue getting more questions, but your exam will not get over sooner. Your exam will last the whole 1 hour. You have to write all the answers. Okay, if a person is really slow, suppose I am really slow, I'm taking all the time that they take to answer each question. Okay, in my case also, I will be sitting till the end of the examination. So that is why it is called adaptive length. There are no set number of questions. The test means when the grading engine is confident about your score. The grading engine should be confident that this from the questions you answer, it should be able to tell what your proficiency is. Okay, and unique experience. So it is highly unlikely that you will encounter same question values. No matter what, how many times you take the test, you will not be able to see the same question repeat. Okay, some of the additional advantages are this test can be taken twice a month. There are unlimited attempts that you can take. Okay, you can take it from home. The test examination is only for $49 per test. You get the result in just 2 days. You can directly send your mark sheet to your desired university directly from the site. Cool. That's good. Now, some more points. So, as I told you, this examination, okay, Duolingo examination is going to last for under an hour or little over an hour. Okay, so how is this breakdown of 60 plus minutes or 60 minus minutes is going to happen? So initially, the first 5 minutes, you will be given introduction, onboarding, making sure that your webcam is working right. Okay, your system is set. You will review all your test rules. You have to show your ID proof. All this, the onboarding process will happen for 5 minutes. Post that, your examination start, and the examination is going to be for 45 minutes. In the last, there is something called writing sample and speaking sample. Okay, these both are going to take 10 minutes. Here, you should understand that these were not evaluated earlier. Okay, these were collected from the students earlier so that they can send these writing and speaking samples to the universities for the universities to check the proficiency of the students. But now, these writing samples and speaking samples are also evaluated in the score. Okay, they are also evaluated in the score, and they'll also be sent to the university. So these questions are as important as anything else. Cool. Okay, now let's go forward. So here, as I told you, the examination is going to be for 160 marks. The minimum score is 10 and the maximum score is 160. And overall scores include a general description of what you can do. And as I told you, here you will be scored on your English proficiency on your subscores. Okay, so what does this subscores mean? So subscores are going to be your literacy, prediction, comprehension, conversation. So these are something you should be able to understand. Okay, so what is literacy? What is literacy? Education, the ability to read, the ability to write, right? So literacy is the ability to read and write. So you will be evaluated on your literacy skills. Okay, production. So what is production? Ability to produce, ability to create. So when you write something on your own. When you speak something, you create the sentences, you create the words, you produce the words, right? So you will be evaluated on your production. And what is comprehension? The ability to comprehend from what you read and listen. What is comprehend? Understand. So if you read something and misunderstand it and answer something else, you're going to lose your marks. If you listen something and you tell them something else, suppose you asked for milk, but the opposite person thought that you asked for Coca-Cola and he gave you Coca-Cola. So you will think he's mad or you think you're mad, right? So here, the only thing is that people are not being able to clearly comprehend the conversation. So the ability to listen and speak is conversation. Comprehension is very important. You should be able to read and listen, and you should be able to understand what you read and listen. Okay. Now the last one is conversation. Two people to talk. Okay, to talk. Listening and speaking is important. So if this person is speaking, this person should be able to listen, comprehend, and should be able to answer back. Good. So these are the four sub scores that you will be scored upon in Duolingo test. So if you see, these are the equivalent scores. These are Duolingo score. This is a Duolingo scorecard. Now, TOEFL, the equivalent scores of Duolingo with TOEFL, Duolingo with IELTS. So why am I showing this? Guys, do you know that IELTS 7.5 and above is considered very good? Okay, and little hard to get, right? TOEFL 100 above, 110 above is considered a little hard to get. Okay, uh, whereas you can target to the same level of universities by just scoring something around 140 and above in Duolingo. Okay. So whereas why am I telling this here? Duolingo is a very easy examination when compared to IELTS and TOEFL. Okay. The kind of questions are very simpler. The complexity of the questions is very simpler. Here, mostly you will be evaluated on your what do you say, basic skills of communication rather than your verbal abilities to the grammar abilities and everything like IELTS and TOEFL. So you will be able to target those universities which are asking for high end scores of IELTS and TOEFL with just decently good scores of Duolingo. Cool? Yeah, that's good. Now, one is these are few points that you should know before writing the examination. I'll just run through them quickly. You have to always use all the time available to answer your questions. This is better because you can review the question and not answer it. It's not about how many questions you answered fast, or it's you are not scored on how fast you answer, but you are scored on how many correct you have answered. Okay. Now, if possible, even if the question says that minimum 50 words or minimum 30 words, make sure if you can answer a little more, if you're confident with your sentences, if you can answer a little more, always give longer responses because that will give the system a better chance to evaluate your English, to understand your proficiency in English, and that will give you a better score. Okay, you will not be penalized for mistakes, which means there is no negative marking. Okay, and you cannot move to the next question until you click the next. Like once this question is over, you can go back, but you cannot go back to your previous question. Cool. Don't try to look at the timer and leave timer at the end of each question to check your responses. So guys, now I arrive at all the question types currently you will face in your Duolingo examination. Cool. These the first two questions, read and complete and read and select, are two questions that we will be covering today. Okay. Just look at this table, guys. These are all the kinds of questions we will be discussing, and this is just the explanation what you will be doing in each kind of question. And here, the frequency. Look at the number of times each question is repeated. Okay, this is read and complete is repeated 4 times in the examination. Read and select is repeated 4 times. So you're gonna get 4 kind of questions of this type. Okay, and there is something called listen and type. Read aloud. You have to write about a photo. You have to speak about the photo. You have to read a topic and then write about it. You have to read about or read a question and then speak about it. You have to listen a question and then speak about it. You have to complete the sentences because they'll be giving you some missing words. You have to complete the passages. You have to highlight the answers if they give you some questions. They'll give you a passage and they'll ask you to identify the idea. Then they'll give you a passage and ask you to identify the title of the passage. And you have to listen to some audios and select the correct response. You have to summarize the conversation based on the conversation they give. Then there's a writing sample and speaking sample where they will be giving you a topic and you have to write and speak about it. Hmm? Yeah. Let's try solving our question types for today, guys. Now, the first question type is read and complete. Okay, let me get into the explanation of this. This is how the question is going to look in the examination. Okay, so the question is going to give you 3 minutes to solve. The duration, you will look here, and you will be evaluated on reading and comprehension. Okay, literacy is your ability to read and comprehension is your ability to comprehend. Okay, there is read and listen. So here, or from this view, you can see that there is a heading here. Okay, it says type the missing letters to complete the text below. So you have to complete the letters, the missing letters here. Okay, yeah, that's all we have to do. Now let's try understanding some key points about these passages. So here you have to read the passage and try filling in the blanks. The passage is usually around 100 words and you have to complete approximately 8 to 10 words. Okay, this question is going to repeat in the examination. Average, like minimum is 3 times, maximum is 7 times. On an average, it was observed around 6 times in the examination. So I hope you understand, guys, how important this question is. Okay, and it will give you 3 minutes for you to complete this examination. While most passages are non-fiction, they focus on factual reporting, some may include fictional or story-based text. Yeah. So some important tips that you should remember while solving these kind of questions are: always read the title first. Okay, always try reading the title first, because reading the title will give you the information already what the passage is gonna be about. Okay, this will help you to set your mind to think about what kind of words could miss in the passage. Okay, suppose if I tell you that uh, uh, the 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 heading of the passage could be foods of India, so you will directly start thinking about the words that are coming into your head about food, right? So when you're reading the passage continuously, your brain is wired to find the words about food. Okay, so it is very important to read the title, understand it. Then always focus on the first and last sentences of the passage, because the first and last sentences will never have fill in the blanks mostly. And this will help you to understand the context of the passage. So I could just say foods of India, or but okay, it is very varied, right? So the first sentence could be like, about different cultures of India, and this will explain about how food varies in different parts of India, right? So the first sentence and last sentence will give the context about how we are talking about food. Here we are talking about food through cultures, how food is different in different cultures. We're not just talking about food, right? Yeah. Now, then once you are done with reading and trying to understand what could be the content here, then start by completing the words you're confident about. So you're reading, you know this word, try completing it, try writing it, and then you move forward. You are doubtful about this word. You don't have to fill this up. Go forward. Go forward. Try finding the next word that you know. Complete it. Complete. Once you are done, suppose out of 10 words, at least if you have written already 5 words, you have a better context of the passage now. Okay, you will be able to find the other words easily. Okay, so the context. Once you understand the context, it will help you to find the other words very easily. Now you have to always use empirical spelling. So this tip is because this tip is very important, but it doesn't make much difference here, because there are not many words we will be using which are very different from the British spelling. Okay. Now, always pay attention to the topic information and your grammatical knowledge to complete the gaps. Some words will be content words, while others will be grammatical words like who, which, or that. Guys, this is a very important topic. Okay. So it says that there are There are two kinds of words that are involved in the questions that you will be filling. First kind of words are called content words, and the second kind of words called grammatical words. Okay, what are content words? Content words are words which will tell you, which has information in itself. The word itself. If I say forest, it has a meaning of its own, right? If I say that, it doesn't have the complete information about it, right? If I say playing, okay, it has information that it's playing, right? But if I say, what do you say? If I say these, those, that, then, there, where, here, who, these are all incomplete. Okay, whereas content words are filled in the meaning itself, right? They have their own meaning. So there are a set of grammatical words that if you know them, you will be able to answer them easily, because content words will differ according to the topic of the question. If the topic of the question is like foods of India, then the content words could be something like biryani, gulab jamun, right? These are content words because they are directly related to the content. Whereas grammatical words could be something like here, there, right? Anything related to the functional words could be grammatical words. And you have to score better at this. All you have to do is you have to practice every day, practice a lot of questions of this kind, and to practice more and more, you can use our handouts which we provide you in our website. Along with that, you can also go to Duolingo English Test website where you will be given practice tests to solve, and you can solve unlimited practice questions there. Cool? Yeah. Now, so this is important, guys. What are content words? Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. So what is noun? Person, place, or thing. What is verb? Action, state, like playing, solid, right? And adjective. Adjective is what describes an object, place, or thing. If I say he's a tall man, he's a tall man. So it is describing the object. Okay, right. Adverb. Adverb tells us how. He's a fast runner. Could be adverb, right? And he eats quickly. Okay, he eats quickly. Quickly is adverb, tells us how, where, or when something happens, right? So these are the content words that I'm talking about. Whereas what are function words? Function words are verbs. So do, be, have. Okay, prepositions such as show relationship in time and space. Articles, conjunction that connects two sentences, right? Pronouns, like refer to the nouns. What are pronouns? He, she, right? So yeah, all these things you should remember. If you are confident with your function words, a set of function words, there's going to be always domination of number of solve this very easily. Cool. Now let's look at some of the examples. Okay, so prepositions examples are of, at, in, without, between. Okay, pronouns are he, they, anybody, it, one. Determinators are the, a, that, my, more, much, either, neither. Conjunctions are and, that, when, while, also. Auxiliary verbs could be have, got, to. Particles could be no, not, nor, as. Okay, let's try solving an example now. So guys, this is a question. Okay, let's all try solving this together. The first point of the question is always to read the title. So what's the title? Title says discover the fascinating world of humpback whales. So what? So the title says the topic of this passage is about humpback whales, the world of humpback whales. Okay. Now we understood this is about humpback whales. Let's read the first sentence. Humpback whales can live up to 45 years, and the last sentence is they usually live alone. So this passage could be about how the humpback whales live, right? Cool. Now let's try solving this, guys. Okay. So I'll keep reading and I want you guys to try writing this answers, what it could be about. Okay. Humpback whales can live up to 45 years They MIG dash 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 dash. What could this be? They MIG dash between T dash dash places. Okay, guys, guess this. Come on. Very easy. Come on, guys. So humpback whales can live up to 45 years. Neha says they migrate. Good, very good, Neha. So they migrate. Migrate means moving from one place to another. So Neha, this is a content word. Very good. Okay. So they migrate between. Sadula Anjali says the. Okay. So they migrate between the places. Very good. Okay. If you see places is a name. So the places, between the places. PH dash dash feed. Think of it. Think of it. No, no, no. See, they migrate between the places dash feed. Come on. They might see, guys. I'll try reading it, the options you gave. They migrate between the places. Them feed is doesn't sound good, right? Their feed, Neha, it is 5-letter word, whereas here we are only missing 2 letters. Okay. Chandrakant, they is not right. Okay. And Neha, there is 5-letter word. Okay. Sheikh Farshad then is wrong. Okay. Okay. See. Dirt. The answer is that. They migrate between the places that feed. Okay. Got it? They migrate between the places that feed in the winter. Okay. Feed. Guys, this is in, right? In the winter. Feed. IN. Anjali, think of it. In the. Feed is a verb, right? Try, guys. Yeah. Winter, winter. Anjali, winter. They migrate between the places that feed in the winter. Winter, the season, right? And T dash dash places. Come on. And dash places. The places. Good. Dash give. Come on. What could this be? That. Very good. And the places that give. BI dash dash dash. Come on, guys. That give dash in dash summer. Come on. This is a content word. Try, try. So try understanding this. They migrate between the places that feed in the summer and the places that give birth. Very good, Anjali. Birth. Okay, that give birth in that summer. The summer. Very good. Okay. So they usually live in. Let's check the answer, guys. So humpback whales can live up to 45 years. They migrate between the places that feed in the winter and the places that give birth in the summer. Okay, they usually live alone. Very good work, guys. Good work, good work. So, you have multiple questions like this in your handout. I want you to open them today. Try giving a try at them. Okay, practice, and you will be receiving the handout answers tomorrow. Look into them. You need a lot of practice for these questions to be correct, to understand the right kind of content words for the right kind of passage. Cool. Now let's go to the second question type. I'll leave the second and third practice questions for homework, which you will be having them in your handouts. Okay. Now the second question type is called read and select. Okay. So let's just look at this read and select type questions. This is how the question is going to look in the examination. You will be given 1 minute to solve this question. Okay. And the heading of the question says, select the real English words in this list. So what do they mean by real English words? Okay, so it means that they'll be giving you a list of words. They'll give you a chunk of words, and there are some real words, the correct spelling words, and there are some fake words, which means wrong words or some words that don't exist really. Okay, so you have to look at these words one after the other, and you have to select the right word which exists, which is real. Okay, and here you will be evaluated on your literacy and comprehension. Cool. Let's go ahead. So some very important points that you should remember are this vocabulary question type requires you to select the real English words from the list. Okay, here both the real and the unreal words are contained in the given set of questions. You have to read each word and then decide. Okay, don't just run your eyes to them. Read each word and decide if it is an actual word or not. Okay, it is very important to only select the words that you're confident about. Okay, don't guess that this could exist, which means intentionally or unintentionally you might select a lot of wrong questions because there is no certain number of right or correct words that the question might give. Okay, sometimes there could be 15 correct words, whereas sometimes there could be only 3 correct words. It is based on the question, so don't guess, only select the words that you're very confident about. Okay, to prepare for this question type, focus on building your vocabulary by continually learning new words. Okay, okay, which means which means you have to learn a lot of new words. Okay, and try learning the spellings of it. The spellings of it. Okay, now the time limit for each question is 60 seconds. Okay, and you're gonna get this question for 3 to 7 times in the test. Let's go. Okay, some more important tips for this question are you're gonna get this question multiple times. You can check for the spelling mistakes. Okay, and you can select for the incorrect forms, which means sleep is one form of sleep, and sleeping is the present form, present continuous form of sleep, right? Sleeping, it's a verb form, right? So you can also get all kinds of forms also. Suppose you might find incorrect forms and you have to just ignore them, don't select them, and don't guess. Okay, select only the words are real. Trust yourself. Okay, there could be any number of real words in the rest, so don't worry if one question has more than another. Read carefully. Some words look real but have some difference from real English words, and study words. Okay, let's go. So this is the question, guys. What I'll do now, I'll be reading out each word. Okay, and I want you guys to tell if it's real or unreal. Simple. Okay, we'll sorry guys, we'll read through all the questions and then I'll show you the answers. What are the real words and what are not the real words? Cool. Okay. So first word, guys, gives. Gives. Do you think this is a real word or unreal word? Come on, just say real or unreal. Come on, guys. Very easy. Do you think gives is the correct form? Unreal. 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 Very good, guys. Very good. Very good. Okay. And the second word says thesed. 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 Do you think this exists? Come on. Unreal. Come on, guys. Come on. Unreal. Unreal. Very good. Okay. Now, the third word says wait. Wait, wait. Okay. Wait is real. Good. Very good. Wants. 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 What? Wants. Good. Very good, guys. Very good. Tooking. Do you think tooking exists? Exists. Tooking. Unreal. Right? Took itself is a past form. Tooking. Taking is the continuous form, whereas tooking is wrong, right? Yeah. Unreal. Very good. What is watching? Watching is real or unreal? Watching. Real, real, real. Very good. Bookcase. Do you think a word called bookcase exists? Bookcase. Bookcase. Real. Very good. Very good. Vanies. What? Vanies. Waines. Vanies. Unreal. Unreal. Very good. Very good, guys. You're on very good track. Ants. ANSS. Ants was unreal. Yeah, it is unreal. It is unreal. Good. Yeah. Wateen. Guys. Wateen. Do you think this exists? Wateen. WATTEEN. Unreal. Unreal. Yes. Very good. Very good, guys. Now, answers. 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 Real. Real. Very good, guys. Okay. Next word, walks. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Great. Dress on. Dress on. Do you think this is a real word? Dress on. Sounds interesting, right? Unreal. 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 Okay. Cool. 19. Okay, this is very important. Make sure that you learn all the spellings of the numbers from 1 to 100. Like, I know you already know them, but this is something that keeps coming up. Okay, yeah, 19. Real, real good. Third. Do you think there's a word called third? HIRT, third. Unreal. See, I clearly understand that you guys are going with your gut. Okay, you're telling about what you're confident about, and that's how you do this exam. Okay, wattle. Okay, wattle. Wattle. Is it a real or unreal word? Wattle. Unreal. Okay. Waiting. Waiting. Real. 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 Good. Let's check the answers then. Come on. Yes. So wait is correct. Wants is correct. Watching is correct. Books is correct. Answers is correct. And walks is correct. 19 is correct. Waiting is correct. Very good work, guys. So all you have to do is simple. You have to just go through them. Okay. There are a lot of words that are available online, which you can prepare for and know those spellings. That will help you out. Cool. So these are some of the other questions that I've given you to practice. And on Friday, we'll be solving multiple questions of these questions types. Okay. On Friday, we'll be solving all the questions that we will be discussing this week. So that day, you will have a complete practice mock test kind of feel for all the questions that we have discussed today. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to have, let me know any questions you have so that I can help you out. Okay. No questions, I assume. Okay. Sanya, can you please take over?